What's up? We're back with another episode of Ranked. I am Chad. I'm joined by Super Marcey and Bede. How are you?
Yo,
How you
Hello.
both doing?
I'm
pretty
doing
good, pretty good.
well.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
so
good, thanks, Chad. I'm very excited for this ranking that we're about to do.
this one's interesting. So since Megan 2.0 actually is being released, the dog wants to be a part of the show. So
No.
you can see the ears.
Yes.
So and okay, so
No.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
see, with this gained at least another 20 or 40 or 50 viewers, Chad.
Yes. So with Megan 2.0 being released, I thought what a great concept to do as horror dolls since there's so many great ones. A lot of ones that people don't talk about. But let's start us off with our number 10 horror doll.
Hmm.
Now, this is just the dolls. This isn't the movie. This is the dolls in itself. So, are you guys ready?
Yes.
I
All right.
hope so, yes.
Show them.
Oh, where's my camera?
Megan, Dolly Dearest, and I got the doll from the 2017 movie The Doll. So, Marcy, talk about Megan.
Yes, ma 3 gan. Uh, I just happen to think she's a pretty cool, like, robot doll. Like, if I was gonna have a companion, it should be Megan because she'll just deal with business, not have to worry about anything, and she's a good dancer.
Exactly.
I think I'm
And
pretty
she's
simple as to why she made my list, at least at number 10, but she's on the list. I think Megan is a rad.
she's also very snarky, and that's great.
Yeah, I think the
Yes.
snarkiness wins me over a lot,
Yeah.
actually.
Um, I went with the movie not a lot of people have seen. It's called The Doll. From a movie from Indonesia, and it's from like it had a franchise. It's like Doll 1, Doll 2, and then Sabrina, all different dolls. So pretty much it was like a conjuring type doll, but let me show you what this doll looks like in the first one. This is why. This is how creepy that doll looked.
Ew,
That is how
that's
creepy it
terrifying.
looked. It gets worse throughout 2 and Sabrina. But it's a creepy doll. It's very Annabelle-ish. I thought it's a really cool doll. Bede, what's Dolly Dearest from the movie Dolly
Well,
Dearest?
it's Dolly Dearest was is from a movie called Dolly Dearest that came out in the early 90s, and it's one of those films like if you've never seen the movie, you would have seen the VHS cover. Because the doll in the film, I mean, the movie is basically kind of just a Child's Play ripoff, but I think what kind of makes it kind of stand out because it does have it does have a supernatural element, just similar to Chucky, but it's the doll itself is really, really creepy. Like, like when you see it, you just are like, yeah, I don't want that anywhere near me whatsoever. And I'm going to try to find a picture so I can share it in the group
Yeah.
as well. So bear
Um,
with me
I
Yeah,
one
that's
I
fine.
know
second.
the title, but I can't think of what it looks like.
I think it was straight to VHS, right?
Yeah, it was a straight to VHS movie. So
So that
bear with
means
me
a
one.
low budget. Low
Yeah, I mean,
budget.
very low budget, but also Rip Torn's in it as well, which is kind of like kind of hilarious at the same time. I'm trying to find where am I going to find these pictures? Oh, wait a minute, here we go.
There's a thing called Google. Let me see if I can help you
I
out.
mean, there is a thing called Google. Okay, I think I found it.
Okay.
I am just like doing this off the cuff, people. So please forgive me. Where is my picture?
Yeah, it is a very
Okay,
creepy doll. The
okay,
movie is
I
kind
found.
of weird.
Okay, now I found it. Bear with me
All
one
right.
second. There we
Let's
go.
see.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
terrifying.
I mean, Marcy, just wait till you like see it Oh, I got another photo. That's even more terrifying.
I don't want to see it.
I think you're gonna have to, Marcy. I
Mm-mm.
apologize to terrifying our listeners, but this doll just needs to be seen to be believed. Look out.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, is Dolly Dearest, hence why I picked it as my number 10.
I totally get it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go for number 9.
Yeah,
Yep.
You guys ready?
Yep.
I am
All right.
ready.
Show them. Ooh, Fats from Magic. Great choice. And Zuni Fetish Doll. I thought that
Yes.
would be higher for you, Marcy.
You'd think so, but no. It still made the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, more a few months ago, Bede and I covered Trilogy of Terror and its sequel, well, lesser known sequel, I guess, Trilogy of Terror 2, and hadn't seen them before, but I just became fascinated with the Zuni fetish doll, which is he's kind of snarky in a way, but he just wants to like kill, and he's kind of terrifying, but he's kind of awesome, he's kind of fun. So I yeah, I had to put Zuni fetish doll on my list. I think a Zuni fetish doll is worthy of being on a list like this.
Yes.
I I love your choice, Bede. I
Yes.
didn't pick that one, but I love your choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, Fats is a really interesting one, and this is Fats from the film Magic, if anyone has never seen the movie before. He well, the thing is though with the whole film, it is more of it is a psychological horror film, and it kind of goes back and forth whether Fats is basically just used as a representation of Anthony Hopkins's character's madness, or it could actually be the doll is possessed, and it kind of goes back and
Yeah.
forth between the two. But even the design of the doll, which looks eerily like Anthony Hopkins itself, is kind of gives it another really layer of creepy to me. And it's a great movie, so if people haven't seen Magic, definitely
Mhm.
seek it out and prepare to be terrified of Fats the ventriloquist doll.
And I'll have
Um,
more to say about Fats a bit later.
I went with Baby Oopsie Daisy just because of how ridiculous it is. It's from the movie Demonic Toys, early 90s, I believe. So straight to DVD. It's just crazy. He's pretty much Chucky, just in a baby form.
Mm. And
The
he has
movie's
like
ridiculous.
fart flying powers, at least in
Yeah.
Demonic Toys versus Puppet Master or whatever that was.
I think it's Doll Man, isn't it?
There
Yeah,
is
well,
That's
one of that, but this one crossed over with Puppet Master.
okay.
Yeah.
But Baby Oopsie Daisy, fun. It's fun character. It's like the leader of the toys, so and so leader. It's a fun movie and it's a fun doll. All right, let's go with number 8.
oh,
I think we're waiting for Bede.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to write it, but my thing wasn't working. So,
Oh dear lord.
okay,
that happens. It happens when you
yes,
get older.
indeed. But anyways, though,
All right, Talking Tina, Chucky from Child's Play.
uh,
Let me
uh,
talk about Der
well,
Clown first.
yeah,
What? Oh, wait. Is that from?
yeah, that's from the 2000 the remake. I meant to. That's why I tried to clarify by putting the number on it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Dear Clowns from Krampus. It's the worm-like clown that ate a kid. I think it's really cool. I mean, I wish we would have saw more of it. But obviously it's Krampus, so but it is. I think it's a really cool character on the whole batch of toys that got unleashed on the family. But I
Mm.
think it's just terrifying watching it literally devour a kid. I thought that was really cool. I love that.
Yeah, that
Who
one
wants
is a
to
pretty
talk?
creepy one.
Yeah, I was
Oh, you
gonna
go,
say I
Marcey.
don't have anything to add with what you said. It's definitely a creepy and memorable one.
You want to talk with Talking Tina?
Yeah, Talkie Tina is from the Twilight Zone original Twilight Zone series episode, "The Living Doll," and Talkie Tina is kind of a precursor even to like Annabelle, and I mean the real Annabelle, and also like Child's Play and so forth, because she's kind of I don't know if she's a haunted doll, but she's an evil doll. And by the end of the episode, and honestly, who's gonna blame Talkie Tina? She's got her sights set on killing Telly Savalas. So
It's one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes, next to the pig-faced ones.
Yes.
I think she's worth a watch because again, she's very sassy.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
Talkie
You're
very.
Tina,
picking.
and I'm going to kill you.
You're really going
Um,
with the sassiness, aren't you?
yeah, well, the Simpsons episode as well with the talking Krusty doll is very much like a riffing on that more than anything. So that's
Yeah.
also a good little nod as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
I forgot what
Um,
Beads was already.
Mine
it's
was
from the
the
Child's
Oh,
Play remake.
it was Child's Play remake. Sorry, yes.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Chucky, the original, is a classic. He is a legend. But I think people kind of sleeping on the remake Chucky because Mark Hamill voices him. He does a great job. And also, like, this doll is probably more creepier than Chucky in the original Child's Play because, I mean, when you look at this doll, how can you not be terrified of it?
Mm,
Is it the freckles?
It's the
yeah.
freckles, it's the mouth, it's the fact that it's an AI robot, and I don't like it. I mean, I like the movie, don't get me wrong, and I love the reinterpretation of the character. But yeah, it's so creepy. It's so creepy, especially
Mhm.
when it opens its mouth. It's just
Mm.
horrifying.
Didn't expect that to go on the horror doll list, but I see your point. I do see your point.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for number 7?
Yep.
Yes.
I am probably gonna get hate for mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
All
probably
right.
not for it's on the list. That's so low.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Who's Pen?
Oh,
Pin
Pin.
from Pin. I need to
That's
fix
the
my
movie.
camera because I realized it's the opposite way. Just to clarify, mine was fats this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or number 7.
Who's yours, Bede?
Well, Pin is. How would you describe the film, Marcy? It's basically is another psychological thriller where
Yeah.
essentially
With
this
Terry
young,
O'Quinn.
yes, with Terry O'Quinn and also David Hewlett, and it's
Ooh.
sort of about a young man who has schizophrenia, and essentially his uh like basically their father who's a doc I mean his father who's a doctor, he has this therapeutic dummy, and the family kind of treats it like it is one of the family. I mean, it has been a little while since I've seen the movie, but the doll itself is, when you see it, being that it's a therapeutic doll, it is terrifying, especially when it looks like this.
Yeah.
Honestly, that
Yes.
looks like a generic actor from the 80s. It
But
really
again,
does.
like Pin is a very underrated movie. It is I would say it's a good kind of pairing with Magic, being that it is kind of a psychological movie where is the doll kind of being the one who's influencing the main character, or is it all in the main character's head? So I would say that is another one I think everyone should check out. So Pin is my number 7.
Definitely recommend that movie.
I haven't seen it, so I'll definitely watch that. especially with that cast. You said Terry Quinn, and everything.
Mhm.
So I really think because Billy's so loved, I just don't. He doesn't do nothing. He was gonna be low on my list. Um, it's just he doesn't do anything. It's just like a warning sign that Jigsaw is gonna fuck you up. That's literally all it is. Um,
He's
it is really
sitting
cool.
right there.
He can
So it
hear you,
is
Jack.
the pretty much the mascot for Jigsaw. But he doesn't do anything in the movies. But I think I still think he's cool. But you guys probably have him a lot higher.
We'll find out.
Yes.
So yes, mine was Fats, who Bede has also put on his list, and yeah, for pretty much the reasons Bede said, like he's he's a creepy looking like ventriloquist dummy, but also because he really looks like Anthony Hopkins. So I don't know, something about that movie and just I guess how it works, but how creepy Fats is, it just works for me.
Yeah. It's a good movie. And it's a good doll. It's a very good choice. I just didn't really think about it to put it on my list. All
Mm.
right. You guys ready for number 6?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Show them. Oh, nice. Oh, B, we were off by 1. Leech Woman and Billy.
Pardon me.
Talk about what's your thing for Billy.
Well, I mean, Billy's an icon when you kind of think about it. I mean, yes, he is not a living doll himself. He's just basically used as a tool by Jigsaw or one of his apprentices to kind of be I guess, the figure when he's interacting with many of the people who are caught in Jigsaw's traps.
Mm,
And basically, he's like basically just a intercom on wheels, essentially, when you kind of think about
mm,
it. But the design of it is creepy, and James Wan just has a way of creating memorable dolls in his
mm.
movies.
Mhm.
And I mean, every horror film that he practically has made has featured some kind of evil doll in it. I mean, except for maybe Malignant, but that's a whole different story right there. But yeah, Billy is just an icon, I would say. Like he is the poster child of the Saw franchise.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Marcy already had Megan. Megan is, I say, the coolest doll probably that we're gonna have on the list because she is very snarky, very smart ass, great
That's my
dance
girl.
moves. Um, I just I could rank her higher, but I think there's more iconic dolls. It really depends on the sequel. I mean, if we did this list after the sequel,
Mm,
she probably might move up depending on what
mm,
happens.
mm.
But I see just where we see in the first one, uh, I think 6 is a great choice, middle of the range for her. And then Marcy, you have Leech Woman, who we'll see something from Puppet Master later, but Leech
Yeah.
Woman's great.
Yeah. Again, I think she's a bit sassy and
That's your list,
um
sassy.
yeah, it is. But look, I really love a lot of the Puppet Master dolls. And I knew I wanted at least one on my list. And when I think about it, like, yeah, that's probably my favorite of them. So I definitely needed to shout out Leech Woman. I think she's actually quite underrated with the Puppet Master like toys. Because I think like characters more like Pinhead and Spike get a bit more attention, even maybe like Jester. But I think she's a bit of an underrated one. I think she's badass. So
Is she only in the first one?
Oh no, she's in
uh
a
she's in
few
a
of them.
few.
Okay, because they got so many new puppets throughout the rest of the franchise. I wasn't sure. They want someone's there, then they're not there.
Hmm.
It's a weird franchise.
It is. And there's
It's so true.
crossovers and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, but
Leech
no, I
Woman's a very
do
good choice.
do love Leech. Yeah, I do love Leech Woman, and if anyone wants to buy me one of those $600 like replicas, please do.
You don't
Hit
want
me
real
up.
leeches?
No, just the replica doll will be good. I mean, the whole set with the Toulon's trunk, that'd be even better, but you know, might be
All
asking for too
right.
much now.
Yeah. Let's go to number 5.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
Ooh.
Annabelle, Blade from Puppet Master. And I got the clown from Poltergeist. The original Poltergeist.
Yes, I do love Clown from Poltergeist, and it would be silly of me not to point out that a good friend of ours, Bede, has like a replica of that, and their cat loves to sit on it.
Yes.
Shout out to our friend Minty.
Yes.
I just think that clowns are scary in itself, but that clown in Poltergeist, which is crazy, it's just more terrifying. I just think how terrifying that clown is. But that's my choice. I think that clown is so scary, and that kid is a freaking lunatic for having that even in its room.
Exactly. I think we are all pretty much the same. I would have just set that doll on fire and then throw it out the window.
That doll would have been like next to me on my bed. I love creepy clown dolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blade.
Yeah, well, I mean, what can I say about Blade from the Puppet Master series? I mean, he is an icon in his own way. I mean, yeah, I suppose compared to all the other dolls from the franchise, he's, I guess, the most well-known and maybe a little overexposed, but there's a good reason for that. I mean, he's just really friggin' cool as a character. And it's interesting kind of see his transformation throughout the series, or at least of the entries I've seen, basically beginning as a villain, and then as the entries go on, he becomes a good guy. And I think the design of him is really cool and creepy, and he has these little blades for hands and all that. I mean, he's just a great character, and every time I see, you just know you're going to have a good time whenever Blade's on screen, especially if Leech Woman's there too.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like Blade. Did I call him Spike before by accident? I can't remember.
Possibly. There might have been
I
a Spike
always
doll.
get the names confused.
There might
Like
have been a doll named Spike.
I call I think it's Tunneler, and I always call him the drill one because I don't remember what his name is.
The drill one.
But it's
Yes.
Tunneler.
It tells you exactly what he does. And then Marcy, you had Annabelle.
Yes, Annabelle made my list. And I think a big reason for Annabelle, at least the horror film incarnation of Annabelle, is so iconic. It's the design of her. She genuinely looks like a freaky, haunted, possessed doll. And it's an iconic look, and you definitely believe that there's something messed up with this doll. So I think a lot of it is just down to that the design. But I guess with the films that she's appeared in, and some are a bit better than others, I think it's kind of how she's used and the atmosphere around her as well. But again, credit to James Wan for his fucking awesome, creepy looking doll designs or puppet designs. It's the reason she's on my list.
All right. You ready for number 4?
Yep.
All right. Hey. Wait. What's yours? Oh, Conjuring.
Yeah,
So
I meant like in The
Susie,
Conjuring. Yes.
and
Ah,
then
that's a
Bede and
good.
I
That's a
both
good
had.
off. That's a good choice, Marcy.
Okay,
In
Marcy,
case
you gotta
people
say.
don't know, this is Susie the doll from the 2002 movie May. It is May's precious doll that she keeps in the box. And that's all there is to Susie.
That's all she is.
She's a doll in a box, but she's May's doll, and May doesn't want her touched or anything. And then when Susie gets destroyed and May is breaking down, she makes a human doll. So
Okay. All right.
it's a bit of a left field pick, but I love the movie May, and I just adore this doll.
Bede, we matched up.
Yes.
Very. I think so. I'll just give a little thing out. Conjuring universe, they really made Annabelle like the end all be all. How like terrifying they make her. So I just think how awesome it is to do that. Like the first movie's okay. Second movie should have been the first movie, but the third movie I absolutely loved. But I just think how awesome they make Annabelle of being like this demonic spirit, and it's like pretty much it's like true. I mean, there's legitimately a real Annabelle doll.
There's an Annabelle up there.
There is.
Oh, I see it.
She was next to
But
Pikachu and Cinderella.
They're besties.
But what do you think about it? What's your choice on Annabelle?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have to say, I think Annabelle is probably the most iconic horror doll since Chucky, I would say. I mean, in terms of, like, even though, yes, unlike Chucky, she basically just stands still the entire time. But
she's
like
creepy
Marcey,
as fuck.
but she is creepy, and of course she has an evil demon attached to it that messes shit up wherever it goes. And she just doesn't fuck around, little Annabelle. And she's just a creepy doll. I mean, the real life Annabelle doll is probably more creepy, given that it's a Raggedy Ann doll. But I think I think James Wan knew that he wanted to make this doll. I mean, I didn't want to scare a generation of children from a Raggedy Ann doll, but maybe create a doll that would be just pretty iconic. And I mean, the fact that this doll is basically the beating heart of the Conjuring franchise kind of just says everything right there.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that.
Definitely.
All right, let's go to number 3. Billy, and then the normal Chucky.
Yes.
So Blade, I just think he is the face of the Puppet Masters. When people think of Puppet Masters, they think of Blade.
I mean, Blade is like your desktop icon for the Puppet Master, the game. So
yeah,
exactly.
I just think it's those blades. He can slice up that Achilles heel without even thinking, and it's just like terrifying. It's just he's the scariest, I would say, because he also doesn't he have blades in his eyes? Like that they
Yes, he
stick
does.
out.
Yes.
So I just think
sorry, I'm lightly nodding.
He's just this, I think, the scariest of the bunch because he could be under anything and just stab you and you're down.
He is pretty fun to play as on the Puppet Master, the game.
Yes.
Who wants to talk about their choice?
Well, Billy was going to be on my list somewhere. So Billy is number 3. And again, I feel like just the look of Billy is again something that's quite iconic because of James Wan's design, and he knows how to like design and sort of put something in them that just makes them very memorable. Being that like Saw is one of my favorite horror franchises and he is basically the mascot, he was always going to make this list. I love Billy. I want that replica Billy puppet. So if anyone wants to get me that on his little tricycle, that'd be awesome as well. I just have a love for him, and yeah, he's my little boy.
All right. And Bede, you had the original Chucky.
Which seems pretty low on the list, but I mean, there are two that I think are better. that are bug, but you'll have to find out to see what they
Mm.
are. But I think Chucky, I mean, what can I say about Chucky that hasn't already been said? I mean, he's not the first evil killer doll in all of pop culture, but he's the most iconic. And the fact that his franchise, outside of the remake that came out a few years ago, is still one of the only horror franchises from the 80s that is still going.
Mm.
From films to whether they're theatrical or direct to video, and also the TV show. I mean, granted, the show has recently been cancelled, but as we all know, you can't keep Chucky down. He always finds a way to come back. And I think the fact that that franchise is still going while many of its of Child's Play's contemporaries have all had kind of reboots or remakes in their own way, and the fact that it's still going kind of just shows the power of that character, but also Brad Dourif's performance as the voice of the character as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Let's just move on to 2 because 2 I have Chucky.
I also have Chucky.
Hey.
I got
Oh.
the Zuni fetish doll.
But I just want to point out, I put this picture of Chucky because I find the just regular good guy doll look way more terrifying. And his, "Hi, I'm Chucky, wanna play?" That's way more terrifying than anything that Chucky does or looks. Chucky just looks badass, even if he's like had to stitch his face up or whatever. But he's number 2 because I think he is one of the most iconic dolls, and he's had many different looks, and I think a lot of them all just kind of work. And when he's sort of in that more good guy look, it is kind of freaking terrifying, but he's so endearing with just yelling his swear words at people and killing them and everything. Like, it's Chucky. There's nothing else I can really say. He just rocks. That's why he's number 2.
I'm with you. I mean, I do agree with you. The original design is probably the most creepiest of himself before they started carrying everything over. He's iconic. Um, even though you would see him just like, oh, just kick him out of the way. But I just think he's the most probably iconic horror doll of the bunch. There's nothing to say. And Brad Dourif's voice is just absolutely perfect for him. Bede.
Yes, well, the
Zuni.
Zuni fetish doll is, if you ask me which is the most legit terrifying doll, I mean, I'd said a lot of them are terrifying, but one I would not want to be in the same room with, it is definitely the Zuni fetish doll, because at least with the other dolls, they're either like to bide their time, just sit there and either mess with you psychologically, or they sort of take their time to kill you and whatnot. The Zuni fetish doll, once it comes alive, its automatic instinct is to kill you, and it will stop at nothing to do it. And it just goes at you just to kill, and it'll do whatever it takes to kill. This is a doll that does not fuck around. Once it's on the go, it can't be stopped.
It's very fair.
Yeah.
That is
All
very
right.
fair.
That is it. Let's go to number 1.
All right.
I'm
I think you two
ready.
need to do yours first.
I went
All right.
Zuni, Tiffany,
I got
Okay.
Tiffany.
Yes, but
and Bede.
I only just
She's
thought of
staying
my
there.
number one. If this was not my number one when I wrote down my list earlier, but I had
Keeping
to
her
add
up.
it at the last minute. But Marcy, you need to see who I put as number 1. I'm sorry, but you have to put Tiffany.
I can see. I can see.
Okay, it is the Krusty the Clown doll
No.
from Treehouse of Horror.
Oh,
See, I was
God.
considering it, but I'm like, it's not really horror.
All right, just
What was
just
your
go with
original
it,
pick
Bede.
out of curiosity, Bede?
I mean, it was the Zuni fetish doll, so I had to eliminate one
Ah.
doll from the list.
Oh, what doll got eliminated?
Yeah.
It was a tough choice, so I had to sadly eliminate Megan from my top 10.
Oh, that's right. He didn't
okay.
have Megan.
Mm,
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, I mean, it's the Krusty the Clown doll from The Simpsons. The doll.
Someone set this thing to evil.
Exactly. See, this is the only doll on this list that has a setting to evil. So, and I mean, how can you not be terrified when it's doing this to you?
and Marge just doesn't care.
Marge is giving her like Freddy side eye right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it is a very scary doll. And also, just to terrify our audience more, I'm just going to show this picture. I mean, would you want that to come at you with a knife?
No.
See, Krusty the Clown, the doll, has a mixture of everybody. He's got a mixture of Chucky. He's got a mixture of the Zuni fetish doll. He's got a mixture of the puppet masters, like dolls.
Talkie
He's like a
Tina.
Talkie Tina. He is a mix of every them. He is like the Frankenstein version of all those dolls put together, and that's why he's my number one. And also,
I
that
applaud you for
segment.
doing that.
That. So let me go with before Marcey, before you talk about Tiffany, Zuni doll is number one for me because Bede said it. It is the most terrifying doll. It's just nonstop trying to kill you. Chucky will toy with you and everything. Well, later renditions of Chucky toys with you. The first one he just wanted to kill, but this Zuni doll was just so creepy, and it's how the design they did with it. And obviously it's been a while since I've seen the Trilogy of Terror, but if I remember correctly, didn't its spirit go into Karen Black?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So obviously it can transfer your spirit, which is even more creepier. Chucky never he never succeeded in his. So but I just think it's how creepy and just like scary it is. That's why I think Zuni doll is the scariest in my opinion.
Yeah. So see, my list is just like the things that I love, not necessarily that they're terrifying. But Tiffany is the sassiest, the bitchiest, the snarkiest, she's the best doll. Mainly because she is kind of inhabited by Jennifer Tilly in some way. But since Bride of Chucky, I've just had a massive love for Tiffany. I love the doll design. I love just everything about this character. She does not give a shit. And she's probably the doll I would probably feel like I could party with her. So I love Tiffany.
Tiffany was a great addition to the series.
So she's my number one, and I want her to know that.
Oh, I'm sure she knows. All right. So how this works, we just went through all 10 of our doll list. And how this works is they get scored. So 10th place gets 1 point, 9th place gets 2, so on and so on. Up to first place is 10 points. So Krusty Doll got 10 points. Tiffany got 10 points. So before we do the top 3, I've added them up. It was close. Billy finished 4th with 17 points.
Ooh.
It was close. Number 3. Whoops. Annabelle with 20 points.
Oh, she did make all of our lists at some point.
She made
yeah,
all three of ours. All the top 3 made all 3 of our lists. A lot different than the horror remake speed. And number 2, Zuni with 21 points.
I thought Zuni might actually be number 1, but I think because he was placed higher for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then number 1, Obviously, the
Chucky.
most iconic horror doll of them all is Chucky with
Chucky.
26 points.
Yes.
I think that's a
The
solid
original,
like
the original
top
Chucky,
3.
the original Chucky.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
think
top
that's a
3 is
solid top
pretty
3.
good.
I think it's a really good top 3, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
we
totally.
actually had some similar. We had some similar ones,
Mm-hmm.
but
We
I
matched
think there
up
wasn't.
twice.
There was. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think there was 2 matches, so not too bad this time.
No, it was good. See, when you don't go, I did not think of Krusty being on the list.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. The reason, like, he was, like I said, he wasn't on my list, but once Marcy put Talking Tina on there, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put the Krusty the Clown doll on my list at the very last minute. So my apologies to Befreegan for kicking her off the list.
All right, so congratulations, Chucky. It's a Bloody Good Times favorite horror doll. I think it's well deserved.
Yes.
Yes.
But thank you, Bede and Marcy, for another great episode. This was a fun one.
Thank you.
Definitely check out the live stream of A Bloody Good Time. So this Sunday, I am hosting. Marcy is playing for the first time in a couple since like 6, a team game, right?
I think so.
Mhm.
It's
So
been a little bit actually.
it's been a while. You're
Because I've
rusty,
hosted and scorekeeper a few games.
but you're scared to defend your title.
No.
So that's gonna be a good episode. We got Mike from Projection Booth coming back, who did amazing in episode 10, who doubted himself big time. And we also got Brad Hargis, the Old Man Brad podcast, coming back. And who's your friend? Batch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Batch from
Batch.
the To Be Tuesdays podcast. So that should be fun.
Yeah, it's be a fun one. So that's this Sunday at 8 p.m. So definitely don't miss that. And then Bede's hosting a show in
Mhm.
end of July. I think it's the last week of July, last Sunday.
I
It's
believe
the
yes. Yeah.
Night of Living themed. I can't wait to see that one. That's gonna be an awesome one. And then Marcy's hosting one on the 9th of July.
Mm.
So
Yes.
we have a lot going on, a lot of games, future games plans. So definitely check those out, and definitely check out our website, playabloodyggoodtime.com. You can see all the updates and what's coming up in the next few weeks. But thank you guys so much. This was a great episode, and thank you for watching. Later.
See you, everybody. Bye.